properly. Wait, what? Where's my stuff? Bosh. Okay. Hello, and welcome to the first video on The Flame in the Flood. Is it the Flame? It's The Flame in the Flood. Yeah. In about 7 years. This isn't a game that anyone knows about. I believe I have the most hours in the game of anyone, so I'm the sole authority on everything. And what does every popular game need? It needs a tier list. So, let's start with the bait shop. It's okay. You go there, you get some fishing line, you get some hooks. There's never going to be any enemies there. There's like occasionally some plants that you can run into. Kind of your own fault if you do that. It's a spot to sleep. It's just an okay spot. Like, you're not gonna change your run by going here, but you're not gonna hurt it. Next up, camp. I think the camp's also okay. It's more okay than the bait shop, but it's the main advantage of the camp is the fire, the campfire. It has flint. If you're doing a lot of killing, the flint's gonna be around. Mostly it's just nice because you don't have to keep crafting campfires. They kind of disappear later into the game though, so can't really rely on them. Next up is the church. I kind of want to put the church into not good, but it's just like low end of it's okay. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted all the other... Ah well. The church, its main thing is it gives you alcohol. It gives you rags. What else does it give you? That's about it, really. Alcohol and rags. Yeah, I mean, alcohol's useful, rags are useful, but if you have one, you have all that you need, generally. Next biome. The like, first stage, the clinic. The clinic, says the wiki. The clinic is... It's just not good. The clinic you're getting in the third region and later, but it's... By that point, you've got access to the hardware store. This is not right. It's not the hardware store. You've got access to the filling station. This, and frankly, you're just not taking that much damage in this game. It's not a hard game. It's punishing, but if you're not running into poison ivy and you're not trying to swat away wolves with a stick, you're not taking damage. You don't need this. Not good tier. Next up is the farm. Easy good tier. Absolutely good place to go. The farm, you're getting food, you're getting shelter, you're getting water. It's a good place. You're not really finding it later in the game, is the only drawback. But it's just a nice spot. Corn is amazing. The ash cakes you make from corn is amazing. Next is the filling station. It's okay. It's better than the bait shop, I'd say, because if you've got a motor, you're chugging down the stream. You can get down there much faster. You're not using up as many resources. It's okay, and I normally find workbenches and stuff with it. I don't know if that's just coincidence. The wiki says that it's not. The wiki says that the workbench is consistent. It's good. Next up is the hardware store. I think I have to put the hardware store in good tier. Mainly because raft upgrades are one of the most important things you can get. Like, most everything you've got access to towards the beginning of the game, bar clothing. Raft upgrades are the exception to that, and some of them are really useful. The motor, quite useful. The other one... There's useful upgrades for the raft, and of course, without the raft, what are you doing really? You're just swimming down the stream, so vital place to go to get some upgrades. Next up is the liquor store. Not good. Probably the worst place you can go to. Maybe not. It's close to the worst place you can go to, because alcohol is just... If you've got one, you've got more than you need. You use it to craft 2 things, and those 2 things can be useful. One of those things can be useful, but you don't really need that much, and you're going to find it, by the time you're getting here, you've already got a bunch of alcohol. There's way better places to go to. Just don't bother going to the liquor store if you've got an option to go somewhere else. Next up, the raft maintenance place. The best. I mean, it's basically a mandatory place to visit. Everywhere else you can kind of get away with skipping in some capacity, but this is irreplaceable. If you damage a raft, it's the only place to repair it outside of an event. Upgrades for the raft, really useful. Once you've got those upgrades, it's got gasoline, lets you chug down the stream really nicely. It's a good place to go. I guess the main downside is that if you don't have anything to do with your raft, or you don't have the resources, you're not going to do much there. So I guess in that way, I'll put it below the farm. It's not something you always take, like you would the farm, but generally it's a good spot. And when you do go there, it is changing how the game is going. Next up, the wilderness. Bottom of it's okay tier, which might be controversial to one other person playing this game, because the wilderness literally says there's nothing there. But that's a lie. The wilderness is full of wild plants. You get cattails, you get saplings, you get other stuff, like Devil's Trumpet, I guess. It's the most common biome, and I think because of that, it's a lot more boring than the others. There's nothing special about it, but it's just, if you need to stop off and you need to pick up some stuff, it's okay. It's gonna occasionally save you. And that's the entire game, pretty much. I've ranked the entire game, and I've spent more time doing this than people have spent playing the game.